everybody, Alyssa here at Preferred Physical Therapy, where we help people age 40 plus stay active and independent, live free from painkillers, and avoid surgery. Today I'm going to go over the importance of warming up in the winter. Even though it doesn't get really cold here in Arizona, it's still important to make sure that we are properly warming up before we exercise, especially because it does get a little bit chilly in the morning, and if that's your preferred time to work out, you're at an increased risk of injury if you just hop right out of bed, go out into that cold weather, and go on your morning jog. So the importance of warming up in the winter is that cold muscles are more prone to injury. They're tighter, you haven't increased that blood flow to get everything moving, your muscles are not properly contracting and relaxing, firing, maybe you're lacking a little bit more of coordination, and so you're finding that you might be at an increased risk of ankle sprains, hamstring strains, things like that. So it's really important that you make sure you are nice and warmed up before exercise. The other thing is especially if you're going to do some more like power type exercises where you're going to be lifting, things like that, just going straight into that workout without a proper warm-up is definitely at an increased risk of pulling muscles, issues as far as that. And so we want to make sure this winter that you are staying active and healthy to keep working out. So I wanted to talk about a couple things that are beneficial. So a lot of times people are like, well, I warm up, I did, a couple stretches, I did a couple jogs up and down the block, I'm good, I'm warmed up. Not always the case. You do want to make sure that you're doing either more of a dynamic stretch where you are moving, warming up a little bit, or more like a body weight exercise versus just relying on those couple static stretches where you're really not warming up the muscles and you're just stretching cold muscles. So 2 suggestions would be, 1, doing some types of yoga warm-ups where it's like a vinyasa, maybe like a sun salutation. You're moving from down dog to up dog, into some lunges, things like that. If you're kind of a fan or familiar with yoga, those are great ways to warm up the muscles. Another thing would be doing some body weight exercises or things that are closer to what you're going to do. So now if you're getting into lifting, things like that, you might want to do some body weight squats, body weight lunges, some just overhead mobility work with a wand, all of those types of things to actually get your body ready for the level of demand you're going to put on it, and then making sure that you're warming up at a decent intensity. It should be preparing your body for a hard workout if that's what you're about to do. It shouldn't just feel like something, you strolled through in a couple minutes and that was over. Ideally, your warm-up would consist of maybe 10 to 20 minutes of a nice thorough warm-up of dynamic stretching, body weight exercises, and maybe a quick little bout of cardio if that's what you want to incorporate into it. But the biggest thing is just avoiding that injury. If you're working out on those cold, tight muscles, increased risk strains, wanting to avoid any of that lack of coordination where your body is just not prepared for those movements. That's why it's really important to warm up overhead, things like that. You don't want to get up overhead and then risk like a dislocation or something like that because your muscles weren't prepared to act. So very crucial this winter. If you do have other questions, make sure that you reach out to us, drop a comment below, give us a phone call. Otherwise, check out all our other information. We have lots of videos on our YouTube channel as far as educational videos, exercise videos. But otherwise, I hope you have a great week. Thanks.